Today's video is a dinosaur one. You wanted to see 7 deadly sins as dinosaurs? So we're going to do that. And it's a special treat. I've got a new character on the channel. I've created a narrator for this one. Hopefully you guys like him. Make sure you watch to the end of the video for an announcement. I'm Deano Dinoclaw, your guide to the lesser known species of dinosaurs that once roamed the planet, and perhaps still do. Let me tell you about a series of majestic and wonderful creatures, some strange in nature, but fascinating nonetheless. Our story begins millions of years ago, when creatures that were nothing like the majority of species you find in the world today existed. The only clues we have to what these creatures looked like are the fossils and tales passed down throughout the ages from generation to generation. Using this information, we have been able to discover some of the habits and features of those amazing creatures. The first dinosaur we are looking at today is the MelioRaptor, a cousin of the Velociraptor. The MelioRaptor is slightly smaller in size, but has a similar look to it. The main differences of this species of raptor is what looks like a collar of black feathers around its neck. Feathers on its arms are dark black as well as the skin on its legs. However, this didn't help you spot the MelioRaptor from other raptors. This creature had a strange mark on its face that looked kind of like a rune, with a green coloured back and pale whitish grey skin. This creature looked deceptively less of a threat than it actually was, leading to many large dinosaurs that tried to turn the MelioRaptor into its prey, falling as prey themselves. The reason for this is the MelioRaptor has a rather unique personality compared to other carnivores of this era. Although the MelioRaptor only hunted when it needed to, this meant that larger creatures who were hungry decided the MelioRaptor would make a perfect snack due to its size. This was their first mistake. To me and you, seeing this creature, you would not be on alert if you were a creature 3 or 4 times its size when you see this as little more than a meal with a vulnerable appearance. However, the MelioRaptor had a very aggressive side to it, and the green pattern on its tail and back had muscles that were as hard as steel yet as flexible as bamboo. This allowed the MelioRaptor to unleash an attack with its tail that was as strong as the attack from a Spinosaurus, one of the larger dinosaurs we will cover another time. The MelioRaptor had super fast reflexes and would wait until the attacking dinosaur was about to sink its teeth and claws into it. Then, in the blink of an eye, it would swing its tail and hit the attacker with what can only be described as a full counter. For this design, I took a basic raptor image as reference, and I decided that it'd be quite fun to add some of the characteristics of Meliodas from the 7 Deadly Sins. I kind of gone with the weapon as being part of the animal, or being part of the MelioRaptor's kind of defensive ability. So on the tail, you'll notice that it's got the kind of like the circle marks as the design has for his dagger that he does the full counter attack with. I also thought the demon form is quite an interesting form of Meliodas rather than the bar steward's clothes that he normally wears. So for this one, I kind of like added feathers to the dinosaur to match where you'd have the demon collar and the bits on the arms. I also wanted to give it a bit of a unique look. So I added a black coloured skin to the legs that came up. Kind of looks like it could be a symbiote venomizing, which it still looks cool. Here is a MelioRaptor. Our next prehistoric creature is one that comes from a giant but gentle species. These creatures seem to have respect for the land and are adept at using a large hammer-like club on their tails to smash rocks and, if need be, defend themselves. Often seen playing with large boulders in a similar game to what we would call soccer or football, this species of dinosaur was a large relative of the Ankylosaur family, Diankylosaur. It was a giant in comparison to most dinosaurs. Able to grow up to 20 feet tall and weighing over 40 tons, this giant herbivore had very few predators, except the Immortal-rex, with its blue hair and spiked body. But we shall cover that wonderfully terrifying creature later on. The Diankylosaur had a yellowish-orange skin tone with armoured plates along its body. Large spines, as hard as diamonds, covered these plates that were just as hard and teal in colour. The hammer-shaped bone at the end of the tail was even harder than diamond, each swing having tremendous force, able to reshape the land and mountains if it were to hit. Despite looking quite fierce, especially due to its gargantuan size, the Diankylosaur was in reality a playful and gentle soul. Travelling in herds until they reached adulthood, these dinosaurs were seen as protectors of many species and lived in harmony with many herbivores and on occasion some small carnivores. From fossils discovered in many regions, it's strange and rather unique to have a relationship with a wide range of species for a dinosaur, puzzling to most experts today. It is believed the Diankylosaur must have formed a relationship with several other species of dinosaurs, such as the MelioRaptor, Immortal-rex, Spinosaurus, Dactylin, and Sabronor. These species usually lived in separate regions and have had few interactions other than hunting and fighting each other over territory. It would appear that even the natural predators of the Diankylosaur, the Immortal-rex, were in this archaeological discovery. There is a theory for why these species were together, but that is something we shall cover another time. Now, for this one, I wanted to try and find a dinosaur that would be quite good as a giant. I didn't want to do a Brachiosaurus or one of the larger dinosaurs that you normally get, because the giants and in the series of Seven Deadly Sins tend to have a nature with the earth and with rocks, and I thought an armoured dinosaur would be quite cool, so an Ankylosaurus was perfect for this. I kept the design mainly the same as the dinosaur itself, but I thought I'd add the colour scheme. So we've got the teal colour from the gauntlet that Deanne wears, and you've got the kind of like hourglass pattern from the hammer that she has, and the tail's in the shape of a hammer on these creatures. I thought it can have a kind and gentle nature, while at the same time being quite fierce to be able to defend, but only one being a protector. Keep in line with the personality of the character. Anyway, hope you enjoy how the Diankylosaurus came out. Our final dinosaur in the series of strange and wonderful creatures today is one of the strangest looking dinosaurs and a relative of the Tyrannosaurus rex. Slightly larger than the Tyrannosaurus, this cousin can be identified by the strange reddish-orange hide with greyish-white spikes over its body, and perhaps its most unique feature, what appears to be blue hair. The Immortal-rex is perhaps one of the oldest creatures known on the planet, and this species only has one surviving member alive today. Yes, you didn't hear wrong. In a remote location, there is indeed a Immortal-rex alive today. After studying the Immortal-rex, it was discovered this dinosaur had a rather unique and fascinating ability that has given it the name it has today. The Immortal-rex can heal itself instantaneously from any wound or injury. However, strange as it may seem, even with this ability, something was able to wound the Immortal-rex. Giving the healing ability of the Immortal-rex, one can only wonder what creature had the ability to do this and leave a scar across its face and neck. The Immortal-rex, still alive today, has shown amazing intelligence, and from samples taken, it is theorized this dinosaur has lived for millions of years. Although fossils have been found from the Immortal-rex species, this single specimen is perhaps the last of its kind. Despite being the last of its kind and living for millions of years, even though the Immortal-rex has an increased level of intelligence, perhaps more than we realise, this creature is after all a carnivore by nature, one that might well be at the top of the food chain. Now for this one, I've gone with a Tyrannosaurus rex for Ban, and I thought it's kind of fitting for him. It was a good way to show the costume. He wears a red sort of like leather costume with studs all over it. So I thought I could incorporate that as a red hide pattern and have spikes coming from the body, which looks quite cool. The blue hair I couldn't resist doing, and I thought about doing the T-Rex on another character from Seven Deadly Sins, but when I started to create Ban and do his extra spiky teeth and the scar on the face along with the blue hair, I don't know, it looks kind of silly, but I think it looks kind of cool at the same time. So I went with that, and yeah, here's Ban as a T-Rex. What did you guys think of today's episode? Did you enjoy the designs for 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins as dinosaurs? If you want a part 2, smash the like button and let me know in the comments below Which one of these 3 dinosaurs is your favourite? I quite like how the MelioRaptor, kind of a cool design, and I'm partial to the final artwork. But the Immortal T-Rex with its funky blue hair and the Diankylosaurus with its colour scheme came out pretty good as well. So all in all, I'm really super excited and over the moon with the art on this week's episode. Okay guys, quick announcement and update for the channel. I've launched a Discord. There's a link in the description below and there's a link on my channel banner. Be sure to check it out, drop in, say hi. I will be starting a community redraw in a couple weeks time. There'll be more details of that coming out in a future video. It'll be at the end of a video, so be sure to stay till the end, watch it and find out the details. And if you're interested in taking part, join the Discord because that's going to be the main place to submit your submissions. For more content similar to this, why not check out some of the other videos on my channel? I've got turning stuff into dragons, such as Ben 10 aliens and My Hero Academia characters. I do a whole host of crossover stuff where I venomize Transformers and other game characters, such as Sonic characters. And I've even got a series where I turn My Hero Academia characters into mages and add them to a magical universe. Stay safe everybody, and I'll catch you next time.